transport and communications infrastructure, homes and businesses all suffered power cuts this evening in large parts of the country. The National Grid said issues with 2 generators brought blackouts to London and the South East, as well as the Midlands, the South West and Wales, the North East and North West of England too. They said the issue was now resolved. Of course, not if you're caught up in the transport chaos, it isn't. Let's go first to Anya Pop for the nationwide picture. Well, what's happened?
Well, we first became aware, as you know, of this story, much like many people in this country, when we were plunged into darkness ourselves. That only lasted 10 seconds here, but up and down the country, there's reports of the power going out for minutes and longer. Western Power, which supplies the Midlands, the South West and Wales, have called it a major incident. Northern Power Grid in the North East and Yorkshire say 110,000 customers lost power. And UK Power Networks, who control power lines for London and the South East, also confirmed widespread outages. Cue many jokes on Twitter that the UK is trying to reboot itself. But such widespread power cuts can have major implications for both travel and, of course, for safety. Transport for London have said that traffic lights went down. They were at one point saying they might have to send police out onto the streets to manage the traffic. There's also issues on the tubes, which we'll hear about soon. And Newcastle Airport was reportedly plunged into darkness for 15 minutes. They've said that there won't be any delays on flights, but elsewhere in the country, major delays are expected on trains. Network Rail have said they've lost power to their signalling in a wide areas of the country. They say it'll be back online, but there's going to be major travel delays, which is not what you want in August.
On a Friday
night.
I mean,
exactly.
National Grid have put out, a relatively short statement. What does it tell us about what may have caused this?
Well, not much at the moment. They say most of the power is back on. They say the issue is now resolved and the issues with two generators caused loss of power. Obviously, that
could be power stations, or it could be, we don't know what that means.
Exactly, we don't know what that means. There's still many people waiting to travel across the country, and we haven't seen, as you mentioned earlier, we haven't seen such widespread outages since 2008. That was caused when 500,000 people were hit by unscheduled power cuts after a series of events at 7 power stations, which triggered an automated response from the National Grid.
Well, I mean, as you say, there are lots of knock-ons from this, even though National Grid say these issues have been resolved. There is still quite a lot of transport chaos. People are stuck on trains up and down the country, and many of the lines coming into the capital have been suspended for now. Those reports of traffic chaos caused by traffic lights being knocked out have also been repeated elsewhere in the country, and several stations around the capital have been knocked out. In fact, you can see pictures there of a London tube station closed down. Let's go down to our reporter who is down at King's Cross Station, just down the road from here, which has been heavily affected by these blackouts. Aisha Tull, what's going on down there?
Thank you. Well, yes, on the doors behind me, those are shut, and on the message boards, all they say are, "Welcome to King's Cross," but not much else. And we've been trying to speak to people. You see more people looking confused about what's going on than actually getting information from any officials that are out here. There aren't many at all. What we have heard, the station has been closed because of overcrowding, not actually because of the power cuts, but there's been no information as to when the station is going to be reopened. There have been some reports saying that it could be 8 o'clock. Now, I've actually got to look at my notebook just to see all the lines that are affected. We have the Gatwick Express, Great Northern and Southern, London North Eastern Railway, and they've actually asked customers on social media to actually defer their travel to tomorrow because they're not sure when things are going to get up and running again.
Well, on the phone now is the Times literary supplement editor Stig Abel, who is one of many people stuck on a train. Where are you?
I'm in a place called Sandy, which is in Bedfordshire, and the train's not been moving for an hour and 40 minutes, but just actually as we started talking, we appear to be moving. No one said anything, but we are now sort of slowly moving.
And what have they said to you?
They said that there's been a power outage. The whole line is completely stuffed. There's loads of trains ahead. They don't know how long it's going to be. Everyone's being very friendly. I mean, I'll tell you the stage it's got to. People have started talking to each other in the middle of a train. So it's got pretty bad.
Not strangers
but you
anymore.
do-
And,
Not
and
strangers
what about
anymore.
supplies?
Well, they said they've just put some water out and said, please don't take too much because we don't know how long we'll need to keep the supplies going. So we've stockpiled and we're facing the future with an intrepid air. And you can make your own Brexit no-deal jokes if you like.
Okay, well, best of British, Stig Abel, thank you very much.